And what is going on, everybody out there, all of you beauts and beauties? It is episode number 104 of Hat Trick Hockey, which is always brought to you by our good friends over at GL Heritage, the official beer of Hat Trick Hockey. It's the 2-year episode, folks, episode 104. I'll bring in Rob. We'll talk some more about that. Rob, what's up, dude?
Oh,
2 years,
living the
man.
dream.
2 years.
Fuck, it's awesome.
It's been a crazy past couple weeks. We apologize for last week. Okay, we had some scheduling issues, work stuff going on, all that stuff. So there's a lot going on with our show right now. So
we're all on vacation.
Yeah, we're all just trying to deal with that. So
we're really doing this, Harry. Like, it's 2 years, eh?
Yeah, we're in for the long haul. 2 years. As you guys seen today, we just posted on our Facebook page today that probably coming up in the next month or so, we're looking for another co-host. So I posted up there, explained everything. So we want you to be at least 19 years old, obviously, because we drink and stuff like that. Have some hockey knowledge, please. Like, I understand some people are like, oh, I can do it. Yeah, that's fine, funny, haha. But like, we're seriously looking for somebody that has some hockey knowledge as well. If you have
more than me,
maybe more than me too. If you have a laptop or anything like that, also helps. We can obviously give you a mic as well. And I just posted up our schedule. Kind of, we record a couple nights a week, this and that. So email us at Hat Trick Hockey Podcast, all one word, at gmail.com, and just let us know why you want to join the squad here. Join the wagon, jump on the wagon, Rob. Right?
Wagon. It's a fucking huge wagon, boys.
So we are looking for a co-host. Hey, so check us out.
Men, women, it don't matter. Yes. And if we can get a girl in here, this would be sick.
If you're the right one for the job, we will. Right.
You got to bring something to the table.
Yes, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk to everybody that reached out to us eventually, and we'll probably record the interviews too, just so that way we can kind of see what's up with our candidates, and we'll go from there. So if you're looking to do it, email us hattrickhockeypodcast@gmail.com. Let us know why you want to be on the show. So a couple crazy things that happened over while we were kind of off there. So first of all, we'll get to it. Line A signed a 4-year extension, 8.7 AAV in Columbus. So he'll be back joining Johnny Hockey in Columbus. Columbus is starting to build quite the nice little team over there. So
they're going to be a sleeper. They're going to be a sleeper.
Yeah, they got 2 sick players. So if maybe Johnny
There's Hockey, a few more. There's a few more rookies there too that are pretty good too.
Yeah. Columbus is an up and comer team. So keep your eye on them, man. Those guys are going to be I think they're going to break some hearts this year. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on Columbus. The big deal of the day was Matthew Tkachuk leaving the Flames, going to the Florida fucking Panthers. Listen to this. Florida sends back to Calgary Jonathan Huberdeau, Mackenzie Weegar, just Cole Schwint or whatever. Sorry, buddy. Not best at your names. And a 2025 conditional first round pick back to the Flames. As soon as that deal was done, Chucky signed an 8-year extension, $76 million with Florida, 9.5 AAV. So what I want to know, Rob, from you real quick is who do you think won this trade?
Well, we'll have to see, right? Like, Florida's a wagon.
Yeah.
And they're only getting better, and adding him to that mix, holy.
Yeah.
But Huberdeau,
fucking Huberdeau led the league in assists. I think he set a league record for assists last year. He might have.
That's a big giveaway, and a first round pick in, what did you say, 2025?
2025 and Weegar.
That's
a lot going back.
That's big for Calgary, right? Because you lost Johnny Hockey, and now you're losing Tkachuk, but they get to go to the they're going to 2 separate teams, and I think the best out of all of it is Tkachuk going to Florida. I don't think Ohio is ready for Johnny Hockey.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I can't believe it. Like it was just nuts, man. I couldn't believe the deal. It was huge, man. But to me, and I heard Huberdeau was pissed about the trade too. But then they say in the media, like they obviously have to say that they're open to signing a extension, right? So I don't know, man. Do you think he's going to stay in Calgary, both of them, or what? I don't know. I don't know if I can see them both staying in Calgary for the long haul, but I can
It
maybe see
doesn't
them
seem
doing a
like
bridge deal.
Calgary. Well, it all depends. You're leaving Florida and you're going to Calgary. Like there's what, a 50-degree difference.
Well, Calgary too. You got, when you park your fucking car, it's outside. It's not like you're
It's
pulling
outside.
under the
Yeah, you're
place, right?
walking
Like,
through the elements, and
yeah,
I heard they
fuck
got
that.
nets up, like where the players walk in, that
Mhm.
shit don't fall off the snow, don't fall off the roof, to like figure it out, Calgary. Let's go.
Apparently, they said they have like a big net or something that almost goes
Yeah,
over the roof to be able to so
to
snow
hold
and
the
stuff.
snow
That's
down. Yeah.
crazy, dude. That is insane to me hearing that.
Could you imagine hearing a player got killed by an avalanche coming off the roof of the
Or
Saddle Dome?
a chunk of ice or something. Like, fuck, man.
It's
First of
bananas.
all, why would you build a place like that? Like, obviously, it's called Saddle Dome for a reason because it looks like a saddle. But I mean, like, why would you build an arena like that? That's crazy, man.
Why would you put your parking anywhere near it? Why wouldn't you put the parking on the ends of the saddle?
I know, it's crazy, man.
Fuck
Crazy.
Canada, figure it out.
Everybody too I keep seeing on the internet, everybody's like, Matthews is going to leave when his deal's up. Da, 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 da. I'm
You
like,
will.
I don't know. I can see him
You
being a
will.
Leaf. I can see him. I don't know. I can see him
I don't.
maybe later on in his career, but
Nope.
I can't see him going just yet.
He's American and he's selfish. Not like my family that are American and they're not selfish, but that he is.
If you're in the NHL right now as a American born player, would you want to play in Canada at this point?
If I'm getting fucking sheets,
No,
yeah.
but all the COVID shit going on, if they lock down again for
Oh,
some
I know.
stupid
It's such
reason,
a
you're away
just
from your
such
family.
a
It's
clusterfuck.
I don't blame these guys for wanting to play
No,
in
I
the
don't
States.
either. Like there's no reason. I'll go play in Columbus too.
Yeah, I don't blame him one, but Johnny Hockey's gonna have to get used to that fucking cannon. It scares the shit out of him every
But
time.
bro, he left $30 million on the table
Yeah, everybody's like, oh,
from what
half of
Calgary
the
was
ones
offering
that
him.
were like, oh, it's a money thing. I'm like, maybe he just didn't want to be in Calgary.
No, he didn't. You don't want to be in Canada. Who in their right mind wants to play in Canada?
Yeah, I
Like,
wouldn't.
and I'm not saying anything bad about Canada, but your media is fucking assholes. Your taxes are ridiculous. Your COVID bullshit.
Protocols.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like it's a huge battle. It's a
I
huge
agree.
battle.
I
When
agree.
Kachuk leaves and goes to Florida, no
Yeah.
taxes. Let's go.
No, I would too, man. I'd be like, see ya.
I'd be gone too.
Um, yeah, the hockey world's kind of slow ever since free agency kind of ended. It's not really a lot of trades or anything going on. There's not really anything going on. Really. It's kind of boring right now. Now's that time of year where it's kind of boring. So if you guys see a couple episodes out of us that are like just interviews, then you know that there's not a whole lot going on in the hockey world because there's not really much for us to talk about, right? So you guys might see that coming up.
But
Other than that,
we will tell you about our weekends
oh
and,
yeah, of course.
and how we're doing, because I went up to Forest to for Doug Huntley's stag.
Oh, okay,
It
yeah.
was all the boys, and we had buddy from Coxon's Towing, Danielle's boyfriend.
Yeah.
We had a pilot, Doug's cousin Rick.
So the boyfriend that you're talking about is Derek, I believe.
Derek. Yep.
Yeah, Derek's a beauty.
Like,
yeah.
I golfed with him, and he's
awesome.
He's a bundle of fun.
Oh yeah, he's a good
Just
dude.
a bundle of fun.
Oh,
so I might have been on the dance floor and got the place rocking. And then everybody left the dance floor, and then here comes Dougie Fresh.
Oh boy.
Well, I tear my top off and start wheeling around the thing. It was awesome. We had so much fun. And they set us up with a great setup. And the boys we went with, there was no drama, there was no nothing.
It's
Everybody had a
nice when it's
great
like that.
time. Like it was just, excuse me, a banger. It was a banger.
I've been playing lots of golf lately, man.
Okay, I gotta tell you about these 2 shots I hit.
Uh-oh.
So in Forest, and it wasn't like the one I duffed over top of the tee and it didn't even go an inch and buried a foot in the ground.
That's funny.
So there's an island hole, and you got to head over top of this like lake, river or whatever.
Yeah, either way, it's water.
Just one shot over top of the river. So I scull it. It skips off the top of the river, bounces on the bank, and rolls within, I don't know, maybe 2 inches of the green.
That's hilarious.
Like it was unreal. So then 2 more holes later, I want to say, there's this island green. You have to hit it. You have about a 250-yard drive down the center, and then it's a total hockey hook to the left. And then you go up over top of the water, you take your cart across the bridge, and then you play the hole. Goose shit everywhere. I couldn't believe how much goose shit was on there. So again, I scull this fucking thing and it goes, you can hear it going off the bridge. Ding, 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 ding. And I'm on the lip of the green. Again, I don't know why the sun was shining on me that day, but fuck,
perfect,
was it
though.
Funny. It was so funny. And they're like, try it again. And sure enough, the next day, I'm not trying it again, but I skull fuck it again. And it goes off the side of the bridge into the drink. So
yeah, you tried.
Yeah, I did. I thought I could get three nice ones out of it. But I was with our buddy Luke. He came down from Sudbury on his way back, asked him to stop in and if he wanted to, and he was all about it. And we made the best of the best time. Like it was fantastic. The only thing that Luke and I didn't get to do was golf with Doug, which was kind of shitty, but we just put names in a hat and everybody drew out of it. But I got to golf with Jay from Fords, and he's a good buddy. Mike's from Dorco. So, I'm going to plug him a little bit to see if I can get him on sponsor, my backdrop.
Freaking this past Saturday, I played in a Jumpstart golf thing. Obviously, Jumpstart is for kids to play sports and stuff like that, but this one was ran by Part Source. So my friend's dad was one of the guys running the tournament, and we played. It was at Rochester.
Yep.
So we played out there as myself, Pat Bryant, Chris Better, and Jay Wood. We were a foursome. And
you couldn't find any better friends.
Well, we shot 12, I think. 12
Pat's a beauty.
under.
I don't know the other 2 boys.
No. But yeah, we shot 12 under.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was fucking, everybody was just hitting shots at the right times. And we used a little bit of fucking everybody's shots.
How'd you play?
Not bad, actually. It was kind of one of my better rounds. I think it was because when you play the 4-man thing, it's like all the pressure's off you, right?
Well, you're
like,
hitting from the best place, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You get to let your hair down when somebody pipes one down the middle.
Exactly. So Pat Bryant, man, that guy just fucking smashes a golf ball.
He's big as a house.
Smashes a golf ball, but he hits it in straight too.
Straight,
so,
eh?
Oh yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
was crushing the ball. So everybody kind of did their thing. Like, so my other buddy Chris, he's really good with his irons. He was on fire on the greens that day, like putting. And it was just, we just got timely shots from guys. Like the first hole there.
When you're 12 under, holy shit.
Yeah.
Did you guys win it?
Nope.
What?
I think 14 or 15 under won it. I think we were
Oh
top
shit,
5.
eh?
I think we were top 5. We may have been top 3, but I'm pretty sure there was a team or two at 14 under.
Wow.
And that's crazy, man. I thought us doing 12 under. I'm like, wow, okay, like we got a shot at winning this, right?
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah. And it was like when we found out, I was like, oh, there was a team that was 14 under. I was like, what? And the craziest part too is we had another probably, we did not shoot one bogey the whole round. It was all just pars and birdies, man. Pars and birdies. But we still had another, I think we had a 1 look for eagle. And then we had another, and we probably had another 2 or 3 looks for bird too. So if we were sinking putts, which we were, but I mean, if we sank even more putts, we would have probably won that tournament.
Nice.
We would have probably been 15 or 16 under if we would have sank putts. But still, 12 under, man, that's the best fucking foursome I've ever played in.
I've never been. I don't even think I've been 6 under
to have that number, but it was just a crazy
hang
day.
around with drunks and stoners.
It was a crazy. Well, trust me, there was our group. It was like a fucking, like we were at a rap fucking concert out there, all the J's flying around out there, but it was good. I had to tap out, like, because I'm like, man, if I keep smoking, I'm not going to be.
You had to tap out.
Yeah, because these guys are fucking, they're way more seasoned than I am.
I got to party with these guys.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy, but they're more of the smoking crowd rather than drink, which is fine too. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm wearing my Tony's Joint sweater, so. But yeah, it was a good time, man. We're definitely going to do it again, but we're going to have, we got to play soon, dude.
Yes.
We haven't got a chance to play yet.
Well, we got the 73s tournament coming up soon. And
yeah, but I mean, we'll go out around just me and you one day or something, or me, you, and a couple other beauties or something. And
yeah,
we'll figure it out. But
I'd just like to say a shout out to Nate Grant and his dad. Anybody that knows him, or you're just religious people and you'd like to say a prayer for his dad, please do. He's having a struggle. He's having a bit. So if you could just keep him in your thoughts and prayers, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Nate too, Nate's going to be, when the hockey season starts, Nate is crazy good when it comes to gambling and hitting overs and unders and stuff like that. So Nate is actually once a week when hockey season starts is going to be joining the show to give us his take on hockey games.
We should bring Dan on with him, his brother-in-law, and they can battle it out, and so you guys can figure it out.
But in the meantime, we're more worried about Nate and his dad right now rather than what's going on with the show. So we do want to reach out to Nate and everybody and just say that we're like thinking about you guys, and best of luck with everything. And if you need us, obviously we're here. So we want to say that for those guys, because Nate is a good friend of the show. So we're thinking of you guys. Other than that, that's about all I got, brother. Not really a whole lot going on. So everybody, we're going to flip over to our interview, and then we're going to bounce out after the interview. So everybody enjoy the interview. We have 73's assistant coach Lee Jones on with us. So he told us some great stories and stuff from back in the day, and what he's really looking forward to coming up this season, all that stuff. So everybody enjoy it. Aunt Rob, we're out of here. We'll talk to you guys next week. Enjoy the interview with Lee. See us.
Peace.
Well, this next cat we have with us is a former 73's captain, where he wore the C for 3 years. Played 89 games with the Threes, totaled 65 points, 397 PIMs. That's it. That's all. He's also a member of the All 80s team, where he was just recently inducted into that All 80s team, which is pretty cool. You can now find him behind the bench as a assistant coach for the 73's. Now he'll be coming up in his first year doing that. Let's welcome to the show, Lee Jones. Lee, how you doing, buddy? About fucking time. About fucking time.
It's been a while. Yeah. Thanks for having me. I know Rob called this morning when I was at work, and all the other times it's just tough. Well, the last time he called I was going to Mexico. So I said, Rob, either I cancel my trip to Mexico or I go talk to you. But the wife said, no.
Just do the interview from the beach, man.
What was that?
Just rip the interview from the beach, man, right on your phone.
Yeah, we could have
Shirtless,
did that.
Corona in your hands.
I don't think he would have been paying much attention.
No, it was March break down there. So it would have been all right.
So you're wearing really dark shades, and I know the drill. I know the drill.
Yeah.
So first of all, congrats on the job now with the threes. Now I understand that this isn't your first time as a coach now, is it? Didn't you coach in like 89?
No, well, it's funny. I coached my first time I did was a head coach. I was 2 years out of playing for the team.
Okay.
I was down in Niagara Falls playing slow pitch, and Danny Mills, I got a call on my hotel phone to call the lobby, and his called Dan Mills. I went, what the heck's he want me for? He said, oh, we need a head coach. I said, what do you mean? I played with all these guys. I don't know what. So don't worry, we'll be fine. Well, yeah, we were fine. All right. I think it's still the worst record the 73's ever had. But, you're trying to coach a bunch of guys that you played with and partied with. And yeah, that didn't work out too well. But then I was done there for a while. Then I coached a little bit with Donnie. A couple of years, I guess, later, Donnie McDermott took the team over. And I helped him out for a couple of years. And then I got married and had kids. And it's funny how it started. Tony Prosky took over, and Jamie's with him the first year. And second year, I think it was a guy named Tom Hannon. He wasn't going to go back with Tony. So me and Jamie talked a little bit about it. And I was playing slow pitch with Tony. And so, got talking. And I said to my wife, I'm thinking of going back coaching. Well, I got 3 kids, 5, 3, and I think the other one wasn't even 1 yet.
Oh.
And she goes, oh. I said, well, I just wanted to go for 1 year, just to learn from Tony what's going on. Well, 1 year ended up for 8 years. And then we went to Leamington for another, I think, 8 years. So I think the 1 year ended up to about 17 years.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been good.
Good, man.
So you didn't get cut by Jamie's dad? Like,
no, no, I never had Donnie as a coach.
oh, no, you got cut by Phil.
I got cut by Bill Blair.
Oh,
Bill cut me.
You had Mike Quinlan, right?
As Mike Quinlan, Glennie O'Neill.
Okay. And how was he?
Oh, Mike was a motivator. He was always go. And I mean, I was with Mike. What happened is I was with Essex my first year trying out in junior hockey, and Essex released me, and I was still going out for Belle River. And Mike said, no, I'm going to keep you here. So I played for Belle River. We ended up going to the finals against Dresden that year. And then Mike left Belle River that year, and Essex hired him. So I was going back out with Belle River, and he said, no reason to go back out there. You're coming with me to Essex. So that was for the next 3 years I was in Essex.
Did he sign your release right as he quit?
No, yeah, I only had it was back then. I only had a 1 year release, so I don't know how they had it going, but that's what Essex did. Gave me a 1 year release. So really, I was Essex's property again the following year.
How good was it to beat up on Bill's team when?
Oh, it was nice. Believe me, yeah, it was nice. I didn't beat up their players. I mean, you weren't beating up Pete Chevalier and Pete Corbett, all those guys. Those guys are big. I was only my second year. They're in there last year, but no, you weren't. But it was nice beating them. Believe me. I wasn't so much beating those guys as to beat Bill Blair. That's no, everybody's exactly.
It's just exactly. One guy that you want to beat on that team.
Yeah,
that's the coach.
I seen your stats here, and in 82-83 you played 1 game, right? And
yes,
then the next year you came in, and then you wore the C the rest of your career there. How did that work out? Where you only played 1 game and then wore the
I
C?
played the 1 game, and then that was in midget. I was still playing midget hockey.
Oh, okay.
And then the following year I was in Belle River, and then when I come to Essex, Mike named me the captain that year. So the next 3 years, every year I was in Essex as the captain for 3 more years.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So how old are you, Lee?
I'm 56.
56. Okay. No, so now let's walk us through. You grew up in Essex?
Oh yeah, all my life. Yeah.
All your life, right? Farmer, all that stuff,
yeah.
Right? So like, how did you get involved in hockey? Like, who was your big inspiration that said, let's go?
Well, that would be my dad. My dad was a very big name in the town through sports. He was commissioner. I don't know, probably you guys don't remember the old senior league back in the day, and that's
Oh,
when
hardball.
the hardball when
Yeah,
it
my
was,
uncle,
yeah,
my uncle Ron and my uncle Lawrence Saunders played it.
yes, and that was big back then. Tout, yeah, and Dave Perpich and Scott Miller and Tony Prosty, Dave, and you had Tecumseh, Maidstone. Well, once church was done, everybody just went to the ball game, and I mean, it was packed, and it was very good baseball. So, back then we always had sports. So my dad got me into playing hockey, and that's where it went.
I
It
love
was
it.
very good.
Are you a Leafs fan?
No,
Who do you like?
I do like the Red Wings.
Yeah, see, that's
But I do like, honestly, I've been trying to root for the Leafs. I love to see them when I love to, I do like watching the games and all that. But yeah, it's, I don't watch a lot of hockey. Really, I don't. I watch the playoffs. I like watching World Juniors. I like that stuff.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, but I love watching baseball. I'll sit watching the Tigers play, even though how bad they are. Tonight I'll watch the whole pretty well 3/4 of the game, but I love watching baseball.
You're gonna watch a lot of hockey this year.
Being
on that bench.
Yeah. I know when me and Jamie got talking, I go, "Oh, Jamie, I'm in bed by 8:30 now. I'm not too sure on these practices that go to 11 o'clock and bus
So
trips."
he, though.
Yeah, I know.
Sun's down, he's in bed.
Yeah.
Like he
That's
loves the
funny.
winter. As soon as the sun's down at 5:30, he's in a rack.
Yeah.
You racked up some serious minutes, though, man. Fighting much or what?
Yeah, I did. Let's see. I wasn't the best skater. I did what I had to do to play on the team. Did I do some fighting? Yeah, I did. But I was probably one of the bigger guys out there too. So, I kind of watched the games, and I had a couple good suspensions, and Danny O'Halloran got me for about 13 games one time. But
What did you do?
it was, well, like I said, as captain, I don't know whatever happened. Probably with Kevin Miller, something happened. He was in a penalty box, and
Shocker.
Mike Quinlan said, "Get out there and find out what's going on." So I kind of skating over towards him. Their linesman kind of shoved me before I got to the end. I shoved him back. I guess that wasn't the right thing to do.
No, that's a big
So,
no-no.
No, that was a big no-no.
It shouldn't be that way. They should
Yeah.
be able to manhandle
Yeah.
a player and not expect
But the
repercussions.
yeah.
Right?
I guess he thought I was going out. I was just going to ask Stan something and find out what was going on. And he kind of gave me a shove, and I didn't think I shoved him that hard, but in Dan's eyes, I did. And I guess that was the end of it.
Threw the fucking book at you.
Yeah. Well, he didn't throw, the league threw it up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But he was
Yeah.
the one that made it happen.
Yeah, and
My
myself
God.
and Mick McDermott had to go up to Cambridge and sit at a big desk and listen to all these guys yell at you, and you shouldn't have did this. So whatever.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Ask fucking so Drew does all of our like audio, video, everything. He had to go to 2 meetings up there while we played hockey. Drew had to go to 2 meetings, and one of them, it was because there was a brawl or whatever, and he didn't know who it was, and the ref came from the back, and he for some reason he grabbed him by his neck, and Drew just reached over his shoulder, grabbed the ref by his helmet and just flicked him. So yeah, he got a big suspension for that one. Yeah, he had to go face the board and everything. I was like, oh, Dad wasn't too happy.
Oh no, my dad wasn't too happy when all that happened either.
Yeah, but that's kind of, you're freaking, that's just buddy, just let me ask the ref something, piss off.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Now is coaching something that you've kind of thought about getting back into, or was it kind of how long did it take for them to kind of sway you back into it?
Oh no, once Jamie called, and me and Jamie have been together since, all through the 73s and Leamington Flyers, so we know each other, we know what each other thinks. And so when he called and talked, I told him, I got to think about it. I talked to the wife, she could care less. The boys are now 26, 24 and 20. So there's no babysitting there no more. So,
yeah.
And I just need to get out of the house. I'd come home from work, sit in the chair and watch TV. So I thought, you know what, maybe it's time to get out a little bit more. And my son, Riley, my oldest, he's involved now. And he's just doing a great job. I think he knows every kid from here to Russia that's eligible to play junior hockey.
We've had him on the show.
Yeah, and it really, with and me and Jamie have talked before, between with him, it helps so much. Like the other night, we were watching some kids play, and Riley, who's this? Who's that? And he's telling us, and he's going, oh, he's an 04. And I'm going, can you just tell me his age? I'm
Yeah.
going, okay,
I know
an
he's
04. Now I'm
He's
trying to
18,
figure
Dad,
out
he's
how
18.
old's this kid.
Yeah, take take your
Yeah.
boots and socks
I know
off.
he's under 20, so I can count this.
Yeah, but that's like, these guys are all 04, and Kevin Bugley, like, I mean, those two guys, it's unbelievable, the guys they know, and which is great. That just makes Jamie's job. And Mike Paley, he's, Mike's still, he knows a lot of the kids too, but with these two guys, it makes the job that much easier. And, they know everybody, where they played, what they did, so it makes Jamie's job and us assistant coaches' jobs a lot easier, believe me.
Yeah, Riley knows so much of ins and outs, and like we've had him on here 2-3 times. Like, hey, can you explain this to us?
Oh yeah,
he would
yeah.
come on and explain it to us.
Exactly.
When he was doing the football, and you couldn't understand what he's saying. Like that joke's probably supposed to be funny, but
no.
Riley's going off about like how this rule works and how that rule
Exactly.
works, and I'm like, yep. He's like, I'm like, yep. He's like, no, you don't. I'm like,
No,
I
don't.
I
No.
have no clue what.
And I'm the same with that all. I'm going like,
an intelligent kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows everybody too, man.
he loves the game. He's, he got, it was funny how he really started. He come to me, we're in Leamington, and I think it's grade 12. You got to get, I don't know, hours to do whatever you got to do.
Community
Service. Yeah. And he said, wonder, could I go and help do laundry in that? Oh yeah, I can, let me talk to Abe and Tony. Yeah. And then he got in. That's how he started. And he did ground floor, and he started going up, and he picked a couple big players up for us that were playing junior A with Harold Conrad. I don't know if you know Harold Conrad. He's Bobby Orr's right-hand man pretty well. Okay. And he was with us, and and Harold knew a lot of junior A players, and this guy's might become available. This guy, Harold, so you think? And a couple of them did come available, and a couple of them come to us. So it was just him on the, on these phones, what these kids do, right? And they look at everything. So yeah, he's pretty good. He's very good at it.
Mm-hmm. Rob, I seen you laughing there when you were looking at your phone. Is there something up or what?
Oh fuck yeah! There's so many. I've been on the phone all day. Like I didn't work that much. Just kidding, I did. But like I was on the. I probably had 5 guys that Lee grew up with, and one was his son. So. How did you get the name? Do you think that maybe O'Halloran got upset with you because you of your nickname Speed Wobble, and you're coming in and everybody's like, holy fuck, he's taking on his bills and so on. But meanwhile, you just can't skate. That would probably been up.
Maybe the lines was just trying to hold me up or something. He probably seen me coming, and I thought he wanted to.
You were trying to
hold him up. Yeah, so that's what probably it was, and Danny just took it the wrong way. I was going to either I take you out or whatever. Yeah, I know I was not. Yeah. No, that's one thing. I was not a very good skater. That's for sure. I guess what they could say is, my hands weren't used to score any goals.
Well, there was somebody that put in a comment that if you took a slap shot with a light bulb, you wouldn't have broke it.
Oh no, I wouldn't have. If it even made it to the light bulb, I don't think it would have made it there.
Oh shit.
No,
there's so many guys that are like, don't tell me who said that.
Yeah, I probably saved her ass a couple of times on the ice. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
Hey, so this year, are you going to be looking after the defense, I'm assuming?
No, I will be up in the booth. That's why I bid with Tony and all that. So I'll be, because like I work shift work. I'm on steady days right now, but that could change at any time. So me and Jamie, I'll sit up in the booth like I've done with Essex and Leamington, and I'll just watch what guys are doing, what they do wrong, and report it to Jamie. That's pretty well, what I see on the ice.
Mm-hmm. Eyes in the sky.
Now, Mike bamboozled Jamie into coming in and being the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
How did Jamie get you? Did he bring Mike? Did Mike come as a backup?
No,
because Mike's like Lou Lamoriello.
Yeah.
I know. He's so good at it.
Yeah, no, he is.
He's on the bench. He's off the bench. He's in the background.
Mike's everywhere, bro.
He's
selling
shirts.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good GM. But the way it come about is, I know the team kind of they wanted Jamie, and I know him and Han, all that. And it's a lot of work, and it is a lot of work as a head coach. It's just,
hours, right? 8 hours.
yeah. So all of a sudden he's named head coach, and I was getting all these texts at work. Oh, you going back? You going back? I heard you're going back. And so I text Jamie. I said, you forget to tell me something. He said, no, what are you talking about? I said, well, I guess I'm coming back. And I goes, and it's don't even bother. So a week later he called and we talked a little bit. He goes, you ever think about it? And I couldn't lie to him. I said, yeah, since you've been in there, I have thought about it.
Yeah.
So I said, like I said earlier, can you give me about a couple of weeks? So I met him and Mike at Chuck's there, and I looked at them both, and okay, and what we're gonna go. I says, I think we're gonna have a good team. That's what Mike and Jamie both said.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been. Oh, see, it's and while you're introduced there a little bit, I was on the wall, and the biggest thing. My dad was one of the original guys to start this team. He was on the original executive. So I've been around this team since 1973 as a young. In 73, I was only 7 years old. So, I've been around this team since then pretty well, either, my brother was a stick boy back there in equipment and all that. And I was always running around the rinks, got to go on the bus back then in the 70s with those guys there. My dad was the president of the team. So I've been around this team for a lot of years, and it does mean a lot to me.
This is your time, man. It's perfect for all you guys, like 50th year. You guys have all played there, been around the team. To me, it's all the stars are lining up.
It is. It's just talking to Mike and meeting some of these players that we have on this team. It seems like these kids are really excited to get this team going.
You got a bunch of beauties.
Yeah, I'll tell you. They played Belle River so tough last year, and freak goal at the end. What are you going to do? That happens hockey. It happens in any sport. But I mean, they gave everything Belle River had. To beat them. 2 losses, right? Yeah, well, I think Belle River, Essex is the only one that did beat them. Yeah, but they gave Belle River everything, and I think if you talk to a lot of those guys, Nemo and Westy there, and me and Jamie coached those guys, and they know that Essex had some injuries too. They had some key injuries.
Oh, I know they did.
Defense, boy, it could have been a different series, but it is what it is.
That's suspensions.
Yeah, some suspensions. That happens. That happens in the game, right? Injuries, suspensions. What you say, right? Yeah, that's exactly. And so, but I think,
feelings too.
yeah. Well, they get paid good, so
they should be a little thicker.
Yeah, some happen. Sometimes that happens, but I think Jamie, he's gonna, tone her down and make these kids a little bit, accountable for themselves, and he's gonna do a good job with it.
Okay, one of my favorite players on 73s right now is, and probably, I don't know how long this kid is going to be around before you guys end up losing to somebody else, but Luke Shirk.
Luke, I don't know how much he's going to be around. I just about wanted to get out of bed the other night and go over to his house and swat him upside the head. We had a little party. Mom and Dad were gone away. But Luke lives 2 doors down from me.
Oh, I love it.
You can hear it.
I can hear him every night. During the day, at night, you always hear Shirky. Yeah, and he's just talking.
Yeah.
And the guy yelled over, Shirky, will you be quiet? Like, the whole neighborhood don't need to hear you talk.
I love Shirky.
Yeah, he's something. But he's you know what? He's a good. He's not scared of nobody.
No.
He plays as hard in the corners and everything else. And yes, he will be a good hockey player. He's going to be a big part of our team this year.
I honestly think that in the next couple years, 2, 3, he ends up being a captain.
I agree. I agree
because he has that style. He has that drive.
Yeah, and, he does it all.
Like, and most people listen to him because he's going to say something stupid. But
so you're telling me that's why as a captain I was going to say something stupid,
right? And that's what I say. When Lee would talk, the whole room would shut up. And watch him fumble fuck this.
Yeah.
Shirky's one of those guys. He does it all.
You being the captain, when you talk, everybody shut up. The whole room was listening.
We had a very close team though. We had a lot of good guys on the team. We had a lot of captains.
Was Brett still hacking darts in the dressing room?
No, nobody hacked darts.
I heard that.
No, nobody hacked darts in my dress. No, in our dressing room, that's for sure.
That's
maybe.
I just wanted to shower.
You guys too this year. You guys got a lot of guys coming back. this
Yes,
year.
we
Like you
did.
guys had like 14 or 15 rookies or something last
Yeah,
year.
we had a pretty young team this, and we just picked up, and I apologize. The kid's out of Chad. He's from LaSalle. I think he played a year in LaSalle, and then he went to Chatham, and he's played the last 2 or 3 years in Chatham, and they went to the Southern Cup, and he's coming. Mike just signed him last week, and I probably have to look at his name. Pretty good numbers in junior B, so we're really happy to get him as forward. So fair size. I've only seen him once, and like I said, a lot of these kids I don't know real well yet. I've only seen them a couple of times. I seen him once at the parade, and my memory of names are, I keep forgetting a lot of their names, but yeah, we just
call me Dave.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think we're gonna be all right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say a couple of years from now too, like you guys are gonna be like, ooh, like real scary, especially with all these guys.
We got a team that's full of 17, 18 years old. Once they get 18,
they're all gonna be vets.
18, 19, that's where you get those guys 18, 19, that's when you start winning. They're bigger guys, or they've been in the league a little longer. When you get a bunch of them, you're gonna be all right.
But like Chittle's gonna be hard to replace.
Oh yeah, Tyson will be very hard to replace.
What's his
Matty Smith.
Matt Smith.
Like,
Yeah.
we had them both on. What a fucking
Yeah, those guys are awesome.
Oh, I know.
Like they were so great.
Yeah.
Great interviews. And Matt was kind of quiet though. Like he's
yeah.
such a big kid, but he was very soft spoken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm like, what's up?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. Tyson, yeah, he's a great kid. Both his mom and dad stood in our wedding. And I've been around, Tyson since day he was born. I remember it all the time and being over there all the time. And Tyson, he's like his dad. He's a tough guy. He's not scared of nothing. And
there was no fear of that kid.
No, he's a good kid too. And I talked to him a couple times during the season about being a captain, what I kind of thought you might do in a dress room. But I thought he really handled himself well as a captain.
Mm-hmm. He scored some fucking sick goals too, man.
Yeah.
Take the hit to make the pass.
Greasy goals.
You don't teach that.
No.
You just gotta have that drive. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, he was hurting, in the playoffs too. So when your best player's hurt, it's a grind. Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's a long season.
Teams that are so beat up, and you know what I mean, and then you come back, and it's all the same thing. It's just a different class of.
You look at these guys like Tampa Bay trying to win 3 years in a row. You figure they don't get done till June, and then they're back. They got to take a month off. Just hopefully their body heals a little bit.
Yeah,
and then you're going back, and to traveling. These guys to win 3 cups in a row. I tell you, I don't know if you'll ever see that again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to think that they're playing almost 30 games more than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
in a shortened year too.
You know what I mean? That's not almost 90 games that they play more than anybody else. So like their summer is cut so much shorter than
exactly.
Exactly.
And they still got to, and they got to remember, you got your main guys who are going to always be on the team, but you got those fourth line guys, there's still guys coming up that want to play on that team, right? And they got to work out. They can't take the 3 or 4 days off like the Stamkos's kid and everything else. And there's somebody always nowadays.
You know what I mean? Like he's going every day.
Yeah.
You have to figure too, COVID fucking right? Freaking COVID also shortened everything up. So they were essentially playing more games in a shorter amount of time too, right?
Exactly. It's tough, just to travel. It's tough when you're going all over the place. It's tough on the body.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't do it. Fuck, I'd be beat up. You kidding me? I'd try.
You know what I mean? Like
I try, but I'd be fucking banged up, man.
It's the toughest trophy to win in the world, right?
Yeah.
You put that salary cap on it, and everybody should be right there, depending on how good your GM is, right?
Yeah, if you can get them in, right? Yeah.
So, yeah, that was fun.
Okay, so let's go way back into your you're growing up a bantam midget, and you want to play for the 73s.
Oh, back then everybody did. If you weren't going anywhere else. Back when we were there in the we were mid 80s, I guess you'd say. Junior B and Junior C were the same thing pretty well.
Right.
There was the better teams, right? But around here, the city guys played Junior B, county guys played Junior C.
Right.
So, and that was a big thing. You always played 2 years midget. Like it was not like it is now, right? You played for your hometown, 2 years in midget, unless you're really good, like Danny Mahan and all those guys, you know, they're a little better than everybody else and they got to go on. But yeah, it was, I can remember a story, and I don't know if you guys will remember, there used to be a Can-Am tournament. And Leamington hosted it, and it was huge. It was like teams from California, Chicago, all over the place.
It's like
Coming,
a small Quebec one.
yeah,
that they
like
have,
yeah,
right?
they'd come to Leamington, so it got to be little big. So they had some games in Essex. So we were supposed to play some teams, and some team they got in a bus accident. I don't know if it was an accident, it wasn't major, but they couldn't make it. So what they did was they got a bunch of guys from Windsor, junior B guys come home, like Mark Segan come home, he was playing junior A. Oh, Darren Bay, and there's a bunch of guys come in, they wanted to play. We're going to play them. Well, guess what? We know it's, and who's ref is Vic. And we're on like, yeah. So now they're not going to beat us. And they know they're going to come out because they all play junior B. Some played, a couple of them played junior A and all that, thinking, well, if it don't get low, now it's going to get rough. It's getting close. Now, you know, as the game goes on, it's close and it's closer. And now the hack can start. And then back then you're allowed to hack and whack and, you know, elbows are flying. And Vic's loving every minute of it. He's just smirking. I think we end up beating him. And well, me and Joe get on Mark Segan a lot of times though, because he was playing that, because I think he was playing, I'm not 100% Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie or something. But we still tease about it, that we beat it. But it was just a county against a city, right? And it was, no, you're not beating us, and you're not beating us. And I think we end up beating them by 1 or 2 goals.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a fucking war when you get county versus city.
Oh yeah,
He's like, carve your eye out without blinking.
yeah.
Oh, the city it's
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I just looked up.
You go and you try out for the 73s.
Yeah.
And what happens?
Well, I was trying out for both Belle River and Essex.
And how old are you at this time? 16?
Well, yeah, I've been, well, when you're done midget, 16, I guess you're done midget. So I've been 17, I guess it would have been.
Okay.
So I was going out for both because you didn't know who you're going to make, what you're going to make, right? So I was trying out for, and I was working at Weston. So I think it was one practice I can make Belle River, next practice I can make Essex. One I couldn't make Belle River, I could make Essex.
Great Cinnabons.
So I don't know whatever happened. I got in a fighting and tryouts and all that, and all of a sudden I went, you know, back then you look for your name, you know, my name wasn't there, and so I went and, you know, I thought, oh, I had what's going on, and.
But did you think you had a good camp?
Yeah, oh yeah, I thought,
Okay.
you know, I was all right. No, I went in and seen Bill, and I said, you know, there's a reason why. Yeah, you're cut. So, oh, okay, no problem. So I was going out for Belle River, and I made Belle River, and we went to the finals that year. Dresden beat us out in I think 6 or 7 games, and then from there on, and I might come back to Essex. And Belle River went on that year. When I come back to Essex, Belle River won the Ontario's that year, but they had a great team. Like you had Mark Zacher, Mike and Mark Guhuli, and you know, Jimmy Tate.
Who was the Bear? His nickname's Bear. We had him on the show. Belle River guy. He said he was
Bear.
Fuck Kevin.
I'll have to,
Trying to think of his name.
but yeah, they had a great team. They were, and Marcel Pronovo was a coach that year.
Oh wow.
And he was like, I mean, their power, Gary Trepanier, like, I mean, the guy could shoot a puck from the point, like defensive, great defenseman. And like I said, Mark Zacher was there, Mike Nicholas, and those guys. And I played with all those guys the year before, and they were the best team. There's no doubt in my mind, they were the best team in Belle River, or not in Belle River, but in Ontario that year.
Mm-hmm.
And they had one of the best coaches, you know, and you got Marcel Pronovo, you know. No
Hockey
slouch.
from then until now is so much different.
Oh, that's
Like,
yeah. Just
I
like
understand like the
NHLs,
speed
yeah.
and this and that, but I just mean like back then there was a lot of hitting. Guys would finish
Yeah.
their hits more
It's-
opposed to now,
They-
right? Like,
yeah, exactly. But I want to say it just meant more because back then you're only allowed 4 imports. So you were allowed, you had to have your own, you had to go by your own minor hockey system. You're allowed 4 guys outside of your jurisdiction.
oh, that's
And,
it, eh?
Yeah, and if you're an import one year, you're an import every year. like you weren't just automatically on. So, you weren't, okay, I played last year, so this year I'm not. No, you're an import again. So when I went to Belle River, I was one of the 4 imports
Oh, wow.
they had. So it's a little different now. Nowadays, you can get anybody from anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
I think,
there's no such thing as this import or anything else.
Mhm.
I can't find it.
Yeah.
But he said Kazi chased him around and he was like 16 and he's
Oh, yeah.
and he's like, I am not fighting this animal. And he was up there. Do you remember, Nick? We interviewed him. He was a Belle River guy. Like he played like in the late 80s.
Yeah.
What was his name again?
Bear. His nickname was Bear.
We've done 103 episodes, bro. I don't know. It's a lot of people.
Figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, hockey is so much because you ran on your minor hockey system. Like I said, it's a totally different thing.
No. So you have all these centers. You have your LaSalle, your Wheatley, Leamington.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever think that, like the committee should get together and build it as like their own franchise? You know what I mean? Like,
see, I think their biggest problem is okay, if you're good enough to go play AAA, fine. You're good enough to play AAA. But now, okay, I didn't make AAA. I go to B now, or like Belle River. So they're a B center, I guess. I think if you can't make AAA, you go back to your own center.
Yeah.
You go back to Essex and try. All these coaches here, don't give me that. Oh, this coach is no good. You know what makes this coach better than everything? I mean, everybody just runs around.
Everybody has the same systems. They really do. They all go off the internet and find out that system
exactly
that works the best for Tampa Bay or the Islanders or and they run those systems. No?
Yeah, I know exactly the same. But if you can't make AAA, that's just fine. You go back to Essex, or you go back to Belle River, you go back to Riverside, and then you have your center, and then you have your hockey. That way, I mean, it's unreal. I listen. Oh, my kid's going to go here. My kid's going to go. Why? I don't understand it. What's wrong with Essex? Well, they're no good. Well, because everybody's going all over the place. Yeah. And what makes your son so good?
And I think the committee, like, you have to get like let's just say your midget coaches, do they not get asked to be the midget coach? You just don't take over the team, do you?
No, you got to apply for it. And there's 4 or 5
committee that it goes through.
Exactly.
That says, okay.
Yeah,
now, is that the same 73s committee, or is it a different committee? Like,
what do you mean?
So you have the 73s committee that Mike has to go to and say, I need this money for this.
It's this, yes.
Now, so when you get like your midget coach, your bantam coach, does that go through that committee that says, hey, let's get this guy?
Ooh,
I think minor hockey has a completely different setup where they do like an interview process type deal, because nowadays you have to do a whole bunch of shit to be a coach. You have to take courses, you have to fucking it's crazy now to be a coach.
Like you usually get asked by the center to be the coach. You just don't say, I'm going to be the coach.
No, you got to apply.
You have to apply. Yes.
I'm just wondering the process where it goes through to.
Yeah, you apply. And I guess, I haven't done minor hockey a long time. It could be 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
And the executive has a coaches committee, I guess.
I wish they did that when I was younger, because there was so much fucking politics in travel hockey. It was but guys like coaching squads, so like their son can play, and like the son has never played in his whole life in travel and everything, you know what I mean? And then we got guys who are top in points and shit on our team are on the bench, and this kid's out on fucking 5-on-4s, 5-on-3s. It's like, what? I hate that shit, man. It drives me nuts. To me, you play the best guys.
It happens everywhere.
That's just like some of these. You hear these guys in major junior A are buying teams, so their kid can play. They're absolutely horrible.
Zach Hyman. I just found out about that. Zach Hyman's dad bought pretty much all the teams in Toronto that Zach played for. And he got to play on the best teams in there. And then if somebody else wanted that team, once Zach left, he would sell it to them.
Yeah, it's
unreal. Crazy. Like, it's crazy. I've never heard about that stuff before. But that being said, every coach that has a shitty fucking kid is going to either play center or he's going to play shortstop.
Yeah, that always says it. Yeah, that's right.
He's B.
Or the pitcher.
Right.
And we were just talking when you said you got to go for all these different courses. I can remember one year we were playing Grimsby, And myself and Tony were both suspended for a year, and we're up in the crowd, and Tony's son, Jordy, he had a big meeting in Toronto to go over, and Jamie was sick. So we want to get Dave Perpich. Now, Dave Perpich is a high school teacher, coached the Windsor Spitfires on it. Like, I mean, the guy has been
everywhere.
So
Credentials are crazy.
Yeah. And so they called in, listen, we have no coaches. Can we have Dave Perpich as a coach for this one game? Well, he says, nope, you don't have his whatever course. And we're going, what do you mean?
Coaches,
this guy is a
coaches,
high school teacher.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
What
come on.
courses does he need?
He doesn't need nothing. He doesn't, oh, he don't have his level 5. Well, he doesn't need a level 5.
Police clearance.
Yeah, for being a junior A coach, like major junior A coach. He doesn't need that stuff, right? And they end up arguing that he ended up getting to coach that game. But it was unbelievable what they wanted him to do. It's like, I mean, it was, and then they see some of these guys that do all this stuff, and you find out years later what they've done sometimes in the dressing room with certain players or whatever, right? Like, you know, it's sometimes, I don't know, I think they go overboard.
Thanks, Karen.
that shit just drove me nuts.
And that's the person that started all this shit. Like, you know, you have to go for like, yeah, Misty took the coaching or trainers thing.
Yeah.
It was like 7 hours.
Oh yeah.
Like on the computer, like where she question after question after question. Like, you wonder why you have no volunteers.
Exactly, because they put them through the fucking ringer for the whole
And
process.
then I got to do this, and then I got to go out there and do that.
And then they got to donate all their
the
time.
Concussion protocol. She has to pull that kid off, sit him on the bench, and keep checking with them. You know, like it's unbelievable the shit that they got to go through. Like, a kid gets his bell rung, you sit him on the bench, and you say, "You're going to sit here for a couple shifts. Let me see you in a couple of minutes." You know, like. We're all parents.
Yeah.
We know what. I don't need a course to teach me this.
You can.
I really don't.
Yeah.
You'd have so many more volunteers if you didn't have 8 hours of computer work to just volunteer.
Well,
right?
I got to go. I won't be tonight, but tomorrow or whatever. I got to take some course. Mike called me, says, "You taking that course, the thing online yet?" So no, Riley hasn't set it up for me yet. So
I'm just gonna let Riley take it.
yeah, probably better off. But you know, you say that, you know, but
we're joking, just joking.
but
Nobody's doing that. He's gonna take a course. Everything will be
but
fine.
the you know, we're very fortunate in Essex and in Leamington there. We had well, Dr. Steve O'Neill, you know, was the guy, and you know what, and we used him as part of our recruiting tool too. Like, you don't have a trainer that works on the line at Ford's or works on the line at Chrysler's, right? This guy knows what, and I mean, he knew everything. I've never seen a guy, and he's still like a little, kind of like our family dog. We still take our kids there all the time. Something happened, hey, Steve, can you come over or whatever?
Yeah.
And this guy, we went to, we had to take a coaching course. I think Jeff was with us, Brett, and to get our level 5 or whatever it was all weekend. And Steve had to go get his trainer's course. Well, the guy ended up teaching the course, because he knew more than the guy. What the guys teach us questions. What are you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about.
You need to leave.
And the guy said, "Yeah." And Steve pretty well had to almost take over the course and tell, "No, that's not right. You don't do that stuff." Yeah,
That's funny.
But there's no more kicking of the cans. There's no more. You know what I mean? Like, there's no more helmets and gloves. There's no more. You know, like. Where guys just used to settle their shit in the dressing room and take care of it, right?
Yeah.
But now there's none of that anymore.
No, it's
within
limits,
like,
But
because you got so many goddamn cell phones, you know.
But just because I got a level 4 trainer, I got a level 4 hockey because I wrote a test.
Right.
What does that mean? You know everything?
Just because your books.
Yeah. Does that mean you know something?
Yeah.
And I admit, when I went with Tony, and I thought, you know, I'd go there and help out. Guess what? For 2 years, I didn't know shit.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. I thought I knew something about this game. I didn't know. Like, and Jamie will say the same thing. The stuff that he taught us, you know, it was unbelievable. And that's, you know,
Tony wasn't only teaching the team.
His teaching.
His coaches,
it was, you know, the stuff that he come up with, and it was really good.
Oh man.
I remember playing baseball against Tony, and he did something silly. He was playing for the Bullets.
Oh yeah. Bullets are the Playboys.
He was playing for the
Yeah.
Playboys, and he did something, and he flipped one over, and I'm like, hey, nice play. He's like, you stand up when you talk to me. Because he looked like Tom
Oh
Selleck with his hair.
yeah. He
dirty
believe me,
mustache.
he's a competitor. He's
Oh,
one
yeah.
guy. He does not. Well, none of us like to lose, but believe me, I've seen him lose
I've
a
been
couple
trying to
times.
get him on too.
Yeah.
Every time I bump into him, I'm like, Tony, let's go. And he's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's funny though.
yeah,
Yeah,
you've had some fights,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about one that was the same name as you in Moortown.
Oh, Lee McCabe.
Yeah,
That was in Essex.
but isn't it every time you guys played each
Oh yeah,
other?
it was
should
it was
fight?
going. Oh yeah, there was going to be a fight. We knew it, like he was tough too, and he was crazy. Yeah, the biggest one was we were in. I'm going to say it had to be game 3 in Essex, and they've already taken 2 from us. There's the finals, and it's going on, and we're in the old arena, right? We're in the bench, and it's right down to the right of us in the corner. Wayne Taggart was getting in a fight with a guy, or they're doing something. So everybody's kind of leaning over the boards watching.
Yeah. And he was a big man.
And Wayne could handle himself. So we're all watching, right? And all of a sudden, their bench is here. All of a sudden, we see their whole bench. They're going. Well, back then you jumped. Everybody jumped, right? So now, guess who's reffing? Vic McMurray. So now it's a full scale brawl. It's fight. Everybody's fighting everywhere, and it's going on. It's going on, and finally Vic says, "Turn the lights out." So they did turn the lights out in the arena, but they come back on, and Vic had a hold of me, and he says, "Get off the ice." So he got off. I took about 5 steps off the ice, and I turned around to come back on, and I wouldn't know. I ran around, I guess, or whatever. I come back on the ice, and Vic grabbed me again. And this Lee McCabe had a wrist cast on, and he come from the side of me, and he hit me right across the side of the head. Well, my knees kind of buckle and everything else, and Vic's going to hold me. He's kind of holding me up. I kind of come through, and I went, "What happened?" And he goes, "It looks good on you. I told you to stay off the ice." Well, if we don't turn around, and this guy Kevin Myers, and I mean Kevin could play the game, his score goals, but he was tough, and he has picked up a helmet off the ice. And back then we wore screens, and he is beating this guy over the head with the helmet. And I mean, he is beating him. Vic just turned his head. He goes, "I don't want to see this." See, but back then you got in a brawl, they just buy you back. The next game you weren't suspended. They just buy you back.
Didn't even know that.
that rule's fucking nuts, man. That
Yeah.
rule is complete.
From then on,
chaos.
and we come back, beat them 4 games straight. We went 13. Yeah, we were down 3-0. We went up there, and we weren't allowed on the ice at the same time. No, you guys are done. One team would go warm up, and then the other team would go warm up. Then no, you guys are not going on the ice at the same time.
So we had Joe Guerra on here, and I said, "Who's your favorite player that watching?" And he's like, "Kevin Myers."
Oh, he was.
He's like, the smoothest skater, and he's like, back down for nobody.
No, he was not scared of nobody. And if he didn't like, he'd just eat you in the head. Like
and I'm trying to get him on.
Oh yeah.
And his wife Tammy, like she's just like, "I'll talk to him again."
Maybe I'll give him
and I'm like, I don't even care that he plays for the Spitfires. He's like, "What am I gonna tell him?" And I'm like, "God, I know you got a whole bunch of stories."
Yeah, he was when Kevin lost it, he lost it. I mean, there was no, you just let him go, but the guy could score goals. I mean, he had a great snapshot.
He's probably about 5'7", maybe 5'8".
Yeah.
I'll
One of
say
those guys that can scrap, eh?
Yeah.
And can he wheel?
Yeah.
He wasn't, but back then, and like everybody was just so tough. Like, not like what is Brian Miller? We were just talking at the bar. Brian Miller's nickname was Bambi.
Yeah, I heard that. I didn't call it, but yeah, I've heard that. I have no idea. I never played with Brian. No, I'm a lot older than Brian is. Yeah. Yeah.
I just heard that. I was talking to Tatum McGuire.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Oh, Bambi." I'm like, "Why you call him Bambi?"
Yeah.
You ask.
No.
You ask.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
we got those 2 years we went for the championship. I think there was about 4 or 5, maybe 6 bench clearing brawls in the 2 years when we were going for Ontario, and
That was so much fun.
it was.
Arenas packed.
Oh yeah.
Leamington. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think Leamington left the league because Essex was so tough on them that they
Yeah.
ended up going play junior B.
Maybe, I don't know about that, but yeah, they were.
That was my thing.
Yeah, yeah. Leamington, you're going in there. You know you're going to
How
fight.
many fights were in the parking lot? How many fights were in the stands? How many fights were in the concessions? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there were fights on the ice, off the ice, in a parking lot.
Yeah, it was. If you played Leamington, you know you're going to be them and Betroya. Betroya, I thought was probably one of the toughest. And I played in Betroya after I was done Essex for about 10, 15 games in that senior league. Betroya was. That's just one tough town. I don't care. They're all pig farmers and everything else. And you went in there. And the worst thing is they played Sundays, which I always hate playing Sunday hockey, but you went in there, you knew you were going to get beat up.
On Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, you knew you were going to get beat up. Not beat like you were going to go there. You're going to be sore in Detroit. I thought just Detroit is probably one of the toughest towns that I ever played in when I played. And I think a lot of those guys like Chittles and all them back in when they played in the 70s, they'd say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
There were some tough boys there.
Yeah, me growing up, it was.
Sorry, go ahead.
It was always Wallsburg for us going there.
Oh yeah.
Like they would always have the kids would be huge. I'd be like 12. This kid skates out with a beard. It's like holy shit. But yeah, but they would always. It was the same way. You would always leave something. I know, it's crazy, man. Crazy.
Whatever. Like guy's got a full grown mustache that comes out with sideburns.
Yeah.
You know. So I remember when you guys were playing and we played Leamington and the boys would sit up in the corner, you know, like in the Essex end, where the door opens in the parking lot, you know, and that's where everybody kept their beer and stuff and everything, right? But they make that snowball pile. Oh,
it was out of eggs in Leamington,
When they would get out of control or some Leamington guy would get a breakaway, one guy of, you know, Beaner, Danny, fucking, you know all that crew. All right, Timmy Little was up there, like, and they're just fucking wheeling snowballs on a guy with a breakaway.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Leamington was good for throwing eggs, and I can't
or spitting into the penalty box.
Yeah, I can't remember who was sitting on her bench. I try to remember, and I imagine Kevin or Joe would remember. We were sitting there as a playoff game, and somebody whipped an egg across and hit one of our guys right in the mouth. And you looked over, he's just going, no, everybody's pissing him. Like, I mean, there's egg everywhere. We're laughing. But in Leamington, what they did, like you'd be in warm-ups, right? And they'd always sit at our end of the warm-ups, and they'd always sit on the top rail. For some unknown reason, well, you get a guy like Kevin Miller. Oh, I'm shooting the puck. Oh, pucks. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. So
there was no net.
There's no netting. So he'd take snapshots from one side and watch these guys, you know, they're on the top rail sitting there, you know, having a good old time, and the pucks coming at them. And I mean, back in Leamington. Yeah, exactly. It was, you'd sit there and kind of watch this one. Oh, all right, let's watch this. And you'd shoot the puck in the crowd and try to hit one of the guys sitting on the top rail. And you'd sit on the ice, laugh your ass off. And
that doesn't even surprise me from him.
No.
13 games.
Yeah, he actually refs me on Sundays sometimes. Miller, it's always fun when one fucking chops out there with us.
The game's gonna go a lot quicker.
Oh yeah. I just tell him, put it away, buddy, put it away.
He sweat away. Okay, so you're a D man, and you know you're usually in front of your own net. Have you ever gotten ankle hacked by a goalie?
Oh, yeah, by Joe. Told me to get out of the way.
Can't fucking see.
Well, there's a reason why I was there. So I could stop it. No.
I'm trying to move guys out of the way.
And I'm trying to stop the puck at the same time. No, me and Joe we razz each other pretty good. Yeah. No.
Ow, Joe. I can't see.
Yeah. No, we had a lot of fun. We could tell stories and laughing and.
Oh yeah, Joe's a great
story. Oh no, Joe can tell stories forever. He's got a memory. Like I sometimes stories. I go on. What are you talking about? I don't remember that.
I love his she says. You know, so then he says to me, she says to me.
Yeah.
He gets those stories going, and you're like, what? Where were you?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Rob, I'm tapped, so you're all good, bro. Fire away.
Oh, well, I just had, you had a fight with Ty Domi?
Oh yeah. Well, Ty was young. He was only his
Like
first year.
14?
Yeah,
Was
he
he
would have
like
been
14?
young. Yeah, he was. Ty was tough.
Just started out with
He
Belle
was.
River, right?
Yeah, he just started. Well, he was when I played in Belle River. I'll never forget the time we were leaving on a bus, and Ty was just young. I mean, he was young then, and he threw a snowball at the bus and a rocket. And I don't think he knew it, but there was a rock inside the snowball.
He knew it.
And he ripped it right off the off course. There goes the window of the bus. We had this old Belle River Canadian, it was a Belle River Canadian bus, and cold. And while that really made it even easier, we had no window in the back because he broke the window. We had to get to the game. So he put a piece of cardboard over it. But yeah, I mean, he was young when he was just, when he was there the first year Marcel. So I would have been, I don't know how old Ty is. I'm probably 3 or 4 years older than him. I'm thinking
I think he's a year older than me, so I'm 43.
No, he wouldn't have been that young.
I'm sorry, I'm 53.
Oh,
I was gonna say, what, Rob? I was gonna say, damn, dude,
yeah,
you're only 6 years older than
So
me?
yeah, I think
35. I'm 35.
But yeah, it would have been. So yeah, we only got one. It was nothing.
Take the wheels off him. That's all. Let's go.
Yeah. No.
Oh shit, that's funny, man.
All right, I think we've held you long enough there, Coach.
Oh.
And this has been so awesome.
Yeah, this has been great.
And did you know that you are episode 2 year?
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you
you
very
are the
much. Thanks for
2-year
having me.
episode 104.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah,
hopefully, maybe in another April, or maybe we can have another one when we have a championship team here in Essex.
Absolutely. But we'd like to bring you back on again and like throughout the year and how you think the team's going, and we still get into more stories because I think there's a lot of people out there that don't want to tell all the shit.
You don't want to know everything.
And I didn't bring it all. Oh, but I did want to bring up one more thing. So you got into the top 36.
Yes.
Of the Wall of Fame.
Yes.
Whatever. Like, how much of an honor is that?
Oh, it's huge. Especially the guys I'm going in with, like the Chittles and McGuires, Norm Kerr and all these guys. Like I said, I was around when those guys, as a young kid, and I think the biggest honor is going on with my dad. My dad's going to be on, as a founding member. For the founding executive and being on there. It's and being around the team.
Live forever.
Yes,
right?
yeah. So I think that's my biggest honor is with my dad. So yeah, it's to be on with some of these guys and being the first ones to be picked. It's quite an honor. Especially some of those guys in the 70s scored more goals and points in one shift than I did in 3 years. You look at some of these guys' points, I'm going, holy moly, one shift. They must have got
from the 70s to the 80s, the game changed.
Oh well, yes.
From the 80s to the
but
90s,
those guys were
I
good.
get what you're saying. They were awesome.
Like you asked Dave Purpose now.
What? Not everybody shut up when they went to speak, right? But everybody shut up when you went to speak.
But you asked Dave Purpose, he said, all I do is change lines. So back then he said, look, there's so much talent.
Yeah.
But you know what? those guys are the ones who
I love to watch a Dale Flood play.
Oh yeah, I think I played I think back when I played that 1 or 2 games before I started junior, I would have played with Dale then. Yeah. I think that's the I would have never played full with him.
That's the year that Joe left him off the record books, and he was really pissed off about it because that was his very first year, and he said, "I did way better than that." So fuck you, Joe.
That's hilarious.
But
man.
You have that huge ceremony going on August, what was it?
26, 27, 28. Yeah.
And we'll be down there.
Oh, that's good.
You know what I mean? Plugging you guys and getting more interviews and like I said, lead to everybody that comes on here. Like anytime that you can send a guy our way, whether it's an Essex guy, Belle River guy, or somebody that you played with.
There's lots, there's so much talent in this Essex County.
And that's why we do it, because there's so many good hockey players around this area.
Yeah. And some, didn't get to make it, but we're still very good hockey players around here.
I agree. Yeah, man. I just want to say though, seriously, thank you. Good luck. Congrats on everything, and we will definitely talk again during the actual like season. We'll do like a little update episode with you, see how things are going and all that stuff. So you are welcome here anytime, my friend.
Hey, thanks for having me. I had a good time.
You know, it'd be a great idea, a round table with Mike, Jamie, Lee, me, and you. And Riley.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna understand what Riley's saying anyways.
He's gonna tell us all the rules.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, Lee. Thanks, buddy.
All right, thanks. You have a good day.
I've lost my